Hello guys, it's vanburman here. Welcome to another video. Today I want to do something that I wouldn't normally do on the channel, and that is to openly talk about another YouTuber's content and to critique it as much as criticize of how much I disagree with it. So you all know there's a YouTuber called Angry Joe. I actually watch almost all of his angry reviews. I think they're quite good, quite entertaining. They've got a lot of production value in there, and yeah, they're just a nice watch. They're a good half an hour review. They're normally pretty in depth, and to be honest, you can pretty much trust what he says in them. And has been a few obscurities in the past, but no more so than what I feel with Fallout 4. I think he's been extremely harsh towards it, without a doubt, even though, of course, it will come up later on. I think I can't remember when it is now. It's in just over a week's time. I think it's in the first week of December. But there is going to be the Game of the Year Awards. Obviously, well, if you've not seen it, but Fallout 4 is in the running for it, unsurprisingly. So is Metal Gear Solid, and so is Witcher 3 as well, which have both been really good games. I haven't had a chance to play Metal Gear Solid, but I have played The Witcher 3, and it is more than deserving to be in that category. I mean, I think it's in 5 other categories as well. Anyway, I digress. Fact of the matter is that during the review that Joe made, he did say that he felt that, or he indicated that he felt that Fallout 4 is, going to be up there for Game of the Year, which, of course, fate transpired that it would be. Now, to then go away and say that it's lucky to get an 8 out of 10 when he should have given it a 7, I don't totally really buy that argument. I don't know why he would have downvoted it as much when he himself and me and a lot of other people basically have done nothing but play Fallout since it's come out. I mean, I don't know how many hours I put into it, but it's over 40 hours now into my game. And it's slowed down a little bit now, but I don't see it really stopping anytime soon. There's still a heck of a lot for me to do, and I'm really enjoying all of it. So some of the criticism he made, I do agree with. But at the end of the day, if you're saying to people, this game is worth you spending your £40, $60 on, you will go and you will get every value out of that money that you've spent, especially when, you rival it off with a lot of other games that have been out this year. I won't mention any names I've been disappointed with. We'll save that for the end of the year. But the fact of the matter is that if the game is worth every single penny, and if it's going to keep you immersed, if you're going to, have all these different quests, side quests, narrative that keeps you engaged, okay, you're going to have some bugbears in there. I do agree with him about the dialogue options. I don't like that. I much prefer the style from New Vegas and from Fallout 3. The more text-based options. It's not that there's a problem to have him voiced, it's just the options that you're given feel a little bit locked in. So, to that, I agree wholeheartedly. But just to say that it's taken up so much of your time, and that you haven't been able to put it down, you haven't given any other games a look in, to give it an 8 out of 10, I think is very harsh. It should have at least, in my opinion, been a 9. Yes, I'm arguing over 1 point, but the fact of the matter is that this is going to come up against Metal Gear Solid, The Witcher 3, and to give it an 8 out of 10, you're then not putting it in the same league as that. For me, I've had far more value out of this game than I have The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3, it struggled to keep me. I wanted to play it. I really wanted to like it. And I did for a while, but I found myself having to push myself through it a little bit. Whereas with Fallout, because of how familiar it is, because of how immersed I already am and built into the lore just of Fallout, in general, let alone, the Commonwealth and Boston, which I really like as well. I think they made some great improvements. I do agree on the idea that the engine is getting outdated, but I don't see the problem for this game. They've managed to make it work, and it works really well. I mean, I'm sitting here watching the footage that's playing while I'm talking, or that will be playing while I'm talking in the video, and let me tell you, I think it's beautiful. And it's when you're sitting there playing Fallout 3, or when you've gone back to play Fallout 3, or gone back to play Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4 is everything that you want it to be. And I think it's achieved that. And for me, it's got to be up there for getting Game of the Year. We've been spoiled a little bit this year, I do think. Especially from an RPG standpoint. You've had Fallout 3, yes, okay, it's been watered down somewhat. You've had The Witcher 3, which is a very heavy RPG game and does it quite well. You know, two massive games to come out, and we're not going to get that sort of thing from Bethesda next year. We're not going to, and Project Red, we're not going to get a Witcher 4 next year. We're probably not going to get a new Elder Scrolls game next year. So, I think it all needs to be put into context. And I think Joe has done Fallout 4 a disservice. And I really do think he should make a point of going back and saying, this game deserves 9 out of 10. Especially if Fallout wins Game of the Year. I think then he does sort of have to be a bit of humble pie on that. But that's just my opinion. I'm not saying Fallout is better than The Witcher 3. That Fallout is better than Metal Gear Solid. For me, I have put far more time, far more enjoyment out of Fallout 4, as opposed to the other two. Granted, I haven't played Metal Gear Solid yet. I have got it, but I haven't even downloaded it. Why? Because Fallout 4 came out, and I haven't even had a chance to I haven't even installed Metal Gear Solid. So there you go. I can't really judge it directly on Metal Gear Solid, but if Metal Gear Solid if I do really enjoy it and it is as good as people say, then obviously, yeah, it's going to have been a really good game. Really good year for gaming. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below even. If you have seen Angry Joe's review, then obviously you'll know a lot more. You'll have a lot more context to this video. But if you've not, go ahead and watch it. There's some very interesting points in there. He makes some very good points about Fallout. Some not so good points, as I've already said, some of which I agree with. But I do think that overall, he's done Fallout 4 a disservice, especially as he's such a big fan of it. And I felt a lot of it was fan service, which, you can debate either way if that's good or not. But I personally really enjoyed it. Anyway, guys, I've rambled on for far too long now. Hope you've enjoyed the video. And as I say, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.